Welcome to the hidden worship room. Take a deep breath. Release what you've been carrying, and let God meet you here. The clock keeps moving on the wall, but sleep won't come at all. I've turned these worries over 1,000 times tonight. Everyone I love is resting, while I'm fighting through these thoughts, trying to hold on to faith when my strength feels almost lost. I've smiled through the daytime, said that everything was fine, but now the silence tells the truth. I've been barely getting by, and I don't know what to pray anymore. I just know I need you near. So if you're listening, hear the tears I cannot hide, hear the ache behind these words, hear the breaking deep inside. I don't need a perfect answer, I don't need the whole way shown. I just need to know I'm not alone. Meet me in the midnight hour, when my faith feels weak and worn, when the weight upon my shoulders feels too heavy to carry on. Meet me in the midnight hour, when the darkness fills the room. Let me feel your presence, like a light breaking through. Lord, if you're listening, I'm still here, holding on to you. There are questions without answers, and wounds that haven't healed. There are dreams I thought would happen that still don't look real. Some nights I feel forgotten, like the waiting has no end, like I'm standing in the valley, wondering where you've been. But then I remember all the times you carried me before. Every season that should have broke me, you brought me through somehow. So I'll keep lifting tired hands, even through these tears. If you're listening, you already know my heart, every fear and every scar, every shattered little part. And even when I cannot see you, even when the sky feels closed, I'll whisper your name and home. Meet me in the midnight hour, when my faith feels weak and worn, night is not forever. The morning will come soon, and until it does, I'll rest my heart in your hands, Lord. If you're listening, I'm still here. I don't have the words tonight. I've tried, but all that comes is silence. So if you can hear what my heart is saying, then hear these tears I've been carrying away. I don't know how to explain, trying to find the right words, but they keep slipping away. There are wounds I haven't named, questions I still can't face, and every time I try to speak, the tears take their place. I've prayed the same prayer so many times, now I don't know what else to say. So I sit here in the quiet, hoping you can hear my pain, because you know what I can't express. You see what I try to hide. You understand the broken places buried deep inside. And when my voice is gone, your love still remains. These tears are my prayer, falling before you. Every drop is a cry for you to pull me through. These tears are my worship when words won't come out. To understand the language of every fear and doubt. When my heart is too heavy and my soul feels worn thin, these tears become the offering I place in your hands. Some pain doesn't fit in sentences, some grief has no name, some battles happen so deep inside nothing can explain. People ask if I'm okay, and I don't know what to say, because what hurts the most lies where words cannot reach. But somehow you still understand every silent part of me. Even when I cannot pray, you hear what I mean. You don't need perfect language, you don't need polished prayers. You hear the cry beneath the crying, and you meet me there. These tears are my prayer, falling before you. Every drop is a cry for you to pull me through. These tears are my worship when words won't come out. You understand the language of every fear and doubt. When my heart is too heavy and my soul feels worn thin, these tears become the offering I place in your hand. Count every tear, the ones nobody sees, the ones I cry alone. The tears of disappointment, the tears of waiting, the tears of missing what was, the tears of fearing what could be. If all I have tonight is weeping, then let my weeping worship you. If all I have tonight is sorrow, then let my sorrow reach you, because you understand. song that only you can understand. So tonight, I won't force the words. I won't try to explain everything. I'll simply sit here and let the tears speak. Because you already know, and you are listening. Amen. Lord, I won't pretend tonight I'm tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, the kind that settles deep in the soul. But somehow I'm still here. Another day has come and gone, and somehow I made it through. Though there were moments in the middle, I wasn't sure that I could move. I've carried burdens nobody sees, hidden behind a quiet smile. I've told myself to just keep going for what feels like 1,000 miles. The waiting's been longer than I thought. The road's been harder than I planned. And sometimes I don't understand why you haven't moved your hand. Still I whisper your name in the middle of the ache. Because even when my strength is weak, there's something stronger underneath. A hope that refuses to die, a faith that still survives. I'm tired, but I'm still holding on. Still believing you're not gone. Still trusting through the pain. Still calling on your name. I'm tired, but I'm still holding on. Though the night feels far too long, I know you see my heart, even when it's falling apart. And if all I can do tonight is take one step and not give up, then that's what I'll do, holding on to you. There are prayers I've prayed for years, still waiting for the answer. There are wounds I've carried quietly, still hoping for your healing touch. Sometimes I wonder if you hear me. Sometimes I wonder if you see this battle happening inside me that nobody else can reach. But then I remember all the times you carried me before every valley, every storm, every closed and broken door. You were faithful then, and you're faithful now. So even when I don't feel strong, I'll keep singing this song. Because my feelings may change, but your love remains. I'm tired, but I'm still holding on. Still believing you're not gone. Still trusting through the pain. Still calling your name. I'm tired, but I'm still holding on. Though the night feels far too looks like surviving. Faith looks like getting out of bed when your heart is heavy. Faith looks like whispering, help me, when that's all you have left. Faith looks like trembling hands still reaching toward heaven. And tonight, that's where I am, still reaching, still trusting, still holding on. I'm tired, but I'm still holding on. Not because I'm strong enough, but because your grace is stronger than the way I'm carrying. I'm tired, but I'm still holding on. And that's my worship tonight. Not a perfect song, not a perfect faith, just a weary heart refusing to let go. Holding on, holding on, holding on to you. Tomorrow may bring new mercy, tomorrow may bring new strength, but for tonight, this is enough. I'm still here, still believing, still holding on to you. The night knows my story, the parts of me nobody sees, the tears, the questions, the battles, and somehow, Lord, so do you. By day I wear a steady face, smile and say I'm doing okay. But when the sunlight fades away, the truth comes out in different ways. The silence hears the thoughts I hide, the darkness sees what I keep inside. The weight I carry on my chest, the fears that never seem to rest. Nobody sees these midnight wars, the prayers whispered through locked doors, the tears that fall when no one's near, the struggles buried year after year. Still somehow you remain in every shadow, in every pain. You see the chapters I don't show, the wounds beneath the surface glow. Nothing about me is unknown, even when I feel alone. The night knows my story, the battles that I fight, the tears that fall in secret, the ache behind my eyes. The night knows my story, but you know it even more. You were there in every moment I've been crying out for, when nobody understands me and I don't know what to say. You witness every hidden battle and you never turn away. There are scars I never mentioned, pain I learned to carry quietly, disappointments that still linger, questions living inside me. Some wounds don't leave quickly, some seasons stretch so long. Sometimes surviving another day feels harder than being strong. Yet every night I made it through has 'Cause if I look back honestly, your mercy has been carrying me. Even when I couldn't feel it, you never left me there. You know every silent prayer, every burden that I bear, every moment I almost broke, and every time you gave me hope. The night knows my story, the battles that I fight, the tears that fall in secret, the ache behind my eyes. The night knows my story, but you know it even more. You were there in every moment I've been crying out for, when nobody understands me, and I don't know what to say. You witness every hidden battle, and you never turn away. You saw me when nobody else noticed. You heard me when nobody else listened. You stayed when everybody thought I was fine. You knew how much strength it took to survive every midnight cry, every sleepless night, every anxious thought, every hidden fight. You were there, you were there, you were there. The night knows my story, but it doesn't know my future, because the God who walks beside me is greater than my sorrow. The night knows my story, and heaven knows my name. Every hidden wound I've carried has been held within your grace. When nobody understands me, and my heart feels worn and weak, you witness every hidden battle, and still you stay with me. The night knows my story, but you know my healing. The night knows my tears, but you know tomorrow. And tonight, that is enough for me. Lord, Lord, I don't need answers right now. I don't need everything to make sense. I just need to know you're here. Stay with me through the dark. The room is quiet, but my mind is loud. These heavy thoughts keep circling around. I've tried to be strong for so long, but tonight I don't feel strong at all. The weight I've carried is catching up, and these tired hands are giving up. I wish I knew how this story ends, but right now I just need a friend. The shadows feel a little closer, and the night feels a little colder, but somewhere underneath the fear, I'm hoping you're still here. When I cannot see the morning, when the road disappears, when my faith feels fragile and my eyes are filled with tears, be the voice that whispers gently what my weary heart needs most. Stay with me through the dark, through the silence and the scars. When the storm won't let me rest, hold my trembling heart against your chest. Stay with me there are battles nobody knows, places inside me that still feel broke, questions I carry into the night, searching for peace, searching for light. Some wounds heal slower than I thought, some victories come after long wars, and sometimes hope feels far away, like dawn refusing to break. But you have never failed me yet, even through every season of unrest. So though my heart feels weak tonight, I'll keep reaching for your light. Don't leave when I can't feel you. Don't leave when I stop understanding. Don't leave when the tears won't stop. Don't leave when the fear comes back. When my heart is breaking, when my soul is aching, when I have nothing left to say. Please stay with me through the dark. Be the shelter for my heart. Be the peace that calms the waves when I don't have strength to pray. Stay with me through the dark until the morning light appears, until hope rises in my soul and washes away these fears. And if all I learned from this long night is that your love never left my side, then that is enough, that is enough. Stay with me through the dark. The night is still here, but so are you. And for now, that's enough. Stay with me through the dark. Lord, I don't need to know what happens next. I don't need all the answers tonight. Just give me enough strength for another day. I've spent so many nights asking why, trying to understand this road, searching for reasons in the silence while carrying this heavy load. And maybe some questions won't be answered, maybe some mysteries will remain, but I've come to you tonight with something simpler than before. I don't need tomorrow's strength, I don't need next year's grace, just enough for today. Because the mountain still feels high and the valley still feels long, but you brought me this far already, so help me keep holding on. Give me strength for another day, enough mercy for the miles ahead, and if that's all you give me, Lord, that will be enough. Sometimes I put too much pressure on a soul that's trying to heal, trying to carry tomorrow's burdens before tomorrow is even real. But you never asked me to do that. You only asked me to trust. One step at a time, one prayer at a time, one breath, one day, one moment of grace. So I'll stop trying to figure out everything that's still unknown, and I'll place this day before you, knowing I don't walk alone. Give me strength for another day. Oh, enough mercy for the miles ahead, enough hope to keep believing, enough faith to leave this bed. Give me strength for another day. Hey, when my heart feels weak and worn, oh, I don't need to see forever, just enough to reach the morning. And if that's all you give me, Lord, that will be enough. I don't need a miracle tonight, just strength. I don't need the whole story explained, just strength. I don't need the season to end, just strength. Enough to keep praying, enough to keep trusting, enough to keep showing up. Oh, enough to keep believing that you're still working, even here, especially here. Give me strength for another day, and I'll place tomorrow in your hands, because you've never failed me yet, and you still understand. Give me strength for another day, and when my soul feels tired and weak, be the grace beneath my feet. When I don't have strength to speak, I don't need to know the future, I don't need to know the way. Just give me strength for another day. One day at a time, one prayer at a time, one breath at a time. And somehow, by your grace, I'll make it through tomorrow too. Amen. Amen. Oh, Lord, nobody saw them, nobody asked, nobody knew, but you did. You always do. I've learned how to smile through pain, how to say I'm fine again, how to carry heavy things without letting anybody in. I've become so good at hiding the battles underneath my skin, the questions that keep haunting me, the places where my heart is weak. They see the laughter, they see the strength, but they don't see the tears that fall when I'm alone. Yet somehow you know every secret place, every crack beneath the surface, every burden I pretend isn't there. Nothing escapes your eyes. You see the tears I hide, the ones nobody are nights I lie awake, trying not to fall apart, holding conversations with you that never leave my heart. Some pain is difficult to explain, some wounds don't have a name. Sometimes the strongest people are carrying the deepest pain. Still you sit beside me in the middle of it all, never rushing me, never turning away. You know the weight behind my silence, the story behind my eyes, the tears I buried deep inside for years of trying to survive. You see the tears I hide, the ones nobody knows about, the tears that fall in silence when no one else is around. You see the tears I hide, every heartbreak, every fear, every prayer I couldn't speak. You were already near. When the world sees my smile, you still see my soul, and you love me through it all. You saw the tears I cried in the car, you saw the tears I wiped away before, you saw the tears walking inside. You saw the tears I cried into my pillow, the tears I never posted, the tears I never explained, the tears I convinced myself didn't matter. You saw every one of them, and not one fell unnoticed, not one. You see the tears I hide, and somehow that changes everything. Because if you see my pain, then I'm not invisible. You see the tears I hide, and you stay right here with me through every ache and every wound, through every silent grief. When nobody understands, when nobody even knows, you still see my heart, and you never let me go. Maybe nobody else noticed, maybe nobody else knew, but you saw every tear, and you stayed. Lord, thank you for seeing me when nobody else could. Lord, I don't know how much longer I can carry this by myself. My heart feels so heavy tonight, so I'm bringing it to you. I've been carrying these burdens for longer than I should, trying to be strong for everybody, holding together what I could. But the weight is getting heavier, and my soul is growing tired. I've reached the end of my own strength, and I don't know how to climb higher. Every worry, every heartbreak, every unanswered prayer feels like another stone I've been trying to bear. And honestly, Lord, I'm exhausted. So before I completely break, before I lose what little strength remains, I'm laying it down at your feet, because I can't carry it anymore. When my heart is too heavy and my soul is worn thin, take these burdens from my hands and hold them once again. When my heart is too heavy to keep fighting on my own, remind me that to this weary soul. Some days I wake up already tired before the day even begins, running on borrowed strength, trying to push through again. There are wounds still healing and fears I haven't overcome, and sometimes the weight of everything feels stronger than where I come from. But you never asked me to be superhuman. You never asked me to carry the world. You simply said to come to you when the burden feels too much. So here I am, with trembling hands and tired eyes, with a heart that's running out of fight. I'm placing it all before you. When my heart is too heavy and my soul is worn thin, take these burdens from my hands and hold them once again. When my heart is heavy to keep fighting on my own, remind me that I was never meant to carry this alone. Lord, carry what I cannot hold, what I cannot hold, and give rest to this weary soul. Take the fears, take the worries, take the questions, take the things I cannot fix, take the battles I can't win, take the weight I've been dragging for far too long. Because you are stronger and I am tired. You are faithful and I need you. Carry me, carry me, carry me, carry me. When my heart is too heavy and the tears begin to fall, I will bring my weakness to you and trust you with it all. When my heart is too heavy and I don't know what to do, I will rest inside your presence and let you pull me through. 'Cause what feels impossible for me is never too much for you. So tonight I let go and place it all in your hands. The burden is still real, but I don't carry it alone anymore. The pain is still here, but so are you. And for tonight, that is enough. Amen. Amen. Lord, I've needed you every day of my life, but tonight feels different. Tonight I need you more. The room is quiet once again, and the silence feels so loud. Another night of wrestling thoughts, another night of crying out. The people I love are sleeping, the world keeps moving on, but here I am beneath the weight, trying to stay strong. I've learned there are certain battles that happen in the dark, places nobody else can reach. except the one who knows my heart. So I'm turning toward you now, like I've done 1,000 times before. Because when loneliness surrounds me and my strength begins to fade, your presence is the only place where my soul feels safe. I need you more tonight, more than I did yesterday, more than all the answers I've been begging you to say. I need you more tonight, more than comfort, more than sleep. I need the peace that comes when you're holding on to me. Come closer to this weary heart, stay here through the night. Lord, I need you more tonight. Sometimes I wish I could explain why these tears keep finding me, why some nights feel heavier than anyone could see. There are places in my spirit still learning how to heal, and moments when your presence feels like the only thing that's real. The longer this road becomes, the more I understand I don't need perfect circumstances. I just need your hand, because every time I've reached the end of what I thought I could endure, your love has always met me there, steady and secure. I need you more tonight, oh, more than I did yesterday, more than all the answers I've been begging you to say. I need you more tonight, more than comfort, more than sleep. I need the peace that comes when you're holding on to me. Come closer to this weary heart, stay here through the night. Lord, I need you more tonight. More than explanations, more than solutions, more than a breakthrough, more than a healing. I need your presence, the kind that calms the storm without saying a word, the kind that fills a room without being seen, the kind that reminds my soul that I'm loved, that I'm held, that I'm not alone. Stay near, stay near, stay near, stay near. I need you more tonight than my heart knows how to say. Every fear and every burden brings me closer to your grace. I need you more tonight, like the desert needs the rain, like a weary soul needs mercy to make it through the pain. If all I have is you, then I already have enough. So stay with me tonight, because I need you more tonight. The night is still quiet, but my heart is not alone anymore, because you're here, and somehow that's everything. Lord, I need you more tonight. hurt. Lord, this season feels longer than I expected, longer than I prayed for, longer than I thought I could endure. If I can't see the end yet, then carry me through it. I've watched the days turn into months, and the months into years, holding on to promises while fighting through my fears. I thought by now things would be different. I thought by now I'd understand why the road keeps stretching farther than I ever planned. Sometimes I wonder if I'm moving or standing in the same place, trying to find evidence that I'm growing through the way. But all I see is another day of learning how to trust when I cannot see the progress, when I cannot feel the change. Help me remember you're still working, even in the waiting. Carry me through this season when the road feels far too long, when my heart grows tired of waiting and my strength is almost gone. Carry me through this season when I cannot see your plan. Help me trust the unseen work of your faithful hands, even when I don't see movement, even when the answers hide. Carry me through this season and stay right by my side. Maybe roots are growing deeper where my eyes cannot see. Maybe you're building something stronger inside the heart of me. Maybe every quiet prayer has not been wasted after all. Maybe every tear I've cried has been heard beyond these walls. And though I cannot trace your footsteps, I choose to trust your heart. Because you never left me stranded, not once from the very start. So when the waiting feels endless and hope feels difficult to find, teach my weary soul to rest inside your timing. Carry me through this season. Oh, when the road feels far too long, when my heart grows tired of waiting and my strength is almost gone. Carry me through this season when I cannot see your plan. Help me trust the unseen work of your faithful hands, even when I don't see movement, even when the answers hide. Carry me through this season and stay right by my side. If you're teaching me patience, carry me. If you're growing my faith, carry me. If you're preparing something greater than I understand, carry me through the silent days, through the unanswered prayers, through the invisible progress, through the long nights of wandering. Carry me until I see what you've been doing. Carry me through this season when I cannot walk alone, when discouragement You were shaping me, and if the only thing I learned is how to trust you through the wait, then this season will not be wasted. The season is not over, but neither is your faithfulness. So I'll keep walking one day, one prayer, one promise at a time. And if I grow weary, carry me through this season. I came to pray tonight, but the words never came. The grief was too deep, the ache was too heavy. So I'm sitting here in silence, hoping you can hear my heart. I opened my mouth 100 times, trying to find the words, but every sentence fell apart before it could be heard. Some pain is deeper than language, some wounds don't fit in lines, and the sorrow I've been carrying lies beyond what I can describe. I've rehearsed conversations, I've searched for what to say, but grief has a way of stealing words and leaving only tears. So here I am, speechless before you, but you know the things I cannot speak. You hear the cries beneath the tears. You understand the silence better than anyone here. Hear the prayer I couldn't say, the words that never found their way, the cries buried deep inside, the tears I tried to hide. Hear the prayer I couldn't say, the worship hidden in the pain. Even when my voice is gone, you still hear my heart. And somehow that is enough when I have nothing left to say. There are losses I still carry, moments I still replay, questions I still wrestle with at the end of every day. Sometimes I sit before you with empty hands and tired eyes, not because I don't believe, but because I don't know how to try. And yet your presence never leaves, even when my prayers grow quiet. You remain beside me in the middle of the silence, listening, understanding. You don't need perfect words, you don't need 'Cause even when my words disappear, your love remains in sight. When grief leaves me speechless and I don't know where to start, you still hear every word inside my heart. Maybe I never found the words, maybe I never will, but you already know, and you always did. So tonight I rest in that truth, that the prayer I couldn't say was heard. No, Lord. There were nights I thought I was alone, nights when the silence felt endless, nights when I couldn't feel you at all. But looking back now, I see you were there the whole time. I remember sitting in the darkness with questions I couldn't answer, watching tears fall to the floor, wondering what I was fighting for. The room felt empty, the night felt cold, and my faith felt smaller than the pain I had to hold. I called your name into the silence and heard nothing in return. At least that's what I thought back then, before I learned that your presence isn't measured by what my feelings can't perceive. 'Cause now I see the evidence hidden inside every memory. You were closer than I realized, even when I couldn't see. You never left the room, not for a moment, not for a second, not through the darkest nights. Oh, yeah. You never left the room when I was barely holding on, when I was crying into silence. You were staying strong, though I couldn't feel your presence and I couldn't trace your hand. You never left the room, you never left me there. Looking back across the years, I see mercy in places I missed, strength appearing when I had none, hope surviving impossible moments. There were nights I should have broken, there were storms I shouldn't have survived, yet somehow I kept breathing, somehow I remained alive. Now I understand what I couldn't understand then. You were carrying me when I thought I was carrying myself. Every midnight prayer, every restless hour, every tear that touched the floor was You were standing in the shadows, quietly drawing near. And now my heart looks back with gratitude for all the ways you carried me through. Because what felt like abandonment was actually your presence staying with me all along. The room felt empty, but it wasn't. The night felt lonely, but it wasn't, because you were there. And you never left, not once, not ever. Amen. Lord, I never thought the waiting would be this long, or the tears would fall this often. But somewhere between the sorrow and the silence, teach me how to hope while I wait. Another night of unanswered prayers, another page of wondering when, another moment of holding on when I don't know how this story ends. I've watched the seasons come and go, still standing where faith asked me to stay, trying to trust what I cannot see, trying to believe you're making a way. There are days my hope feels strong, and days it barely survives. Yet somehow your promise keeps calling me to keep faith alive. Because even though the tears keep falling, your faithfulness remains. And even though I cannot see the harvest, I believe you're sending rain. I'm waiting through the weeping, holding on through the pain, trusting that your timing is never late. I'm waiting through the weeping, though my heart grows tired sometimes, believing that the God who made the promise will arrive right on time. And until the breakthrough comes, I'll place my hope in you. Sometimes I wish I could skip ahead to the chapter where everything makes sense, where the healing has already happened and the waiting finally ends. But maybe there's something sacred in learning how to trust this way, choosing faith without seeing proof, day after day after day. Because every tear has taught me how deeply I need your grace, and every quiet night has shown me you're still worthy while I wait. So I'll keep bringing you my soul, and I'll keep hope. Teach me how to trust without seeing proof. Teach me how to worship before the answer comes, because you're still good. When the tears are falling, you're still faithful. When the waiting stretches on, you're still working even when I cannot see it. So I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. But I won't let go of faith, 'cause every tear I've cried has fallen into hands of grace. I'm waiting through the weeping, and though I don't know when, I believe the God who started this will be faithful in the end. And when the breakthrough finally comes, I'll remember every tear and how you carried me through every waiting year. The tears may still fall tonight, but hope is still alive. The answer may not be here yet, but neither has your faithfulness left. So I'll wait and trust and hope in you. Oh, yeah. Lord, the night has been long, longer than I ever expected. But somewhere deep inside, I can feel hope rising again. Maybe morning is coming. I've spent so many nights awake, staring into the dark, trying to find a reason to keep believing with this weary heart. The tears are falling like rain. The waiting has felt so long, and there were moments I wondered if I'd ever hear a different song. But even in the deepest valley, even in the longest night, there was a quiet promise burning like a light, telling me to keep holding on, because the darkness has an ending and sorrow has an expiration date. The God who carried me this far will not leave me halfway. Morning is coming, I can feel it in my soul. The night may last for a season, but it won't last forevermore. Morning is coming, though I cannot see it yet. The same God who holds tomorrow hasn't failed me yet. So I keep believing, even through the night, because the morning is coming, and with it comes new life. Looking back across the journey, I see places where you kept me. When I thought I wouldn't survive, you were breathing hope into me. There were prayers I thought were lost, there were tears I thought were wasted, but now I see you were working in ways heart, hold on, hold on. The story isn't over. Tears won't last forever. The waiting won't last forever. The heartbreak won't last forever. The loneliness won't last forever. The darkness won't last forever. Forever. Because the God who created the sunrise is already preparing the morning. And it's closer than you think, closer than you feel, closer than you know. Morning is coming and hope is rising with the dawn. Every promise you've spoken is carrying me on. Morning is coming and your mercy leads the way. The tears I've cried in the nighttime will not define my days. For the one who walks beside me is making all things new. So I'll keep trusting, I'll keep believing, I'll keep waiting, because morning is coming. The night is growing quieter, the fear is losing its voice, and hope is beginning to rise like sunlight on the horizon.